Ukraine's military intelligence has destroyed 2 Russian Mi-8 helicopters and a tugboat in occupied Crimea, the agency reported on September 1st. Videos have already been released about this. Drones struck the Russian military air base in Hvardiiske near Simferopol, destroying helicopters worth an estimated $20 to $30 million, according to HUR. It is noted that Ghost's unit of the HUR participated in opertaion. Demilitarization of the temporarily occupied Crimea continues, the statement reads. A disappointing finale was also met by a Russian tugboat, probably Bucha 2190, in the Bay of Sevastopol during the air attack against the invaders on the peninsula. Ukrainian scouts sent a corresponding warhead to the ship. Fighters of the Special Forces Unit of the Main Intelligence Directorate of the Ukrainian Ministry of Defense detected and struck air defense systems and radar stations belonging to the occupying Russian army in Crimea. As a result of kamikaze drone strikes, a 98L6 AP radar station of the S-400 surface-to-air missile system, the Hvardiiske radar complex, the Mi-8 coastal radar station, the GLONASS Global Navigation Satellite System Complex, and the RT-70 radio telescope were blown up and destroyed.
Russian forces have significantly increased their activity in the Serebryansky forest along the Lyman front. Nothing has changed in the Serebryansky forest for months. The Russians attacked, but to no avail. This forested area of more than 107 hectares stretches from occupied Crimea to the border with Donetsk Oblast. Since the fall of 2022, after the capture of Crimea by Russian troops, the front line has run through the forest, says Premyi media outlet. To avoid heavy losses, Russian forces rely on small unit infiltration through the Serebryansky forest instead of large assaults, says RFU News. The main Russian goal here is to take control of the town of Lyman, as the strategic location will serve as a stepping stone for future operations. RFU News says that Russian forces have advanced on 2 settlements from 3 sides, using small unit infiltration tactics rather than large-scale assaults. Larger attacks have ended in disaster, like a recent 25-strong motorcycle charge near Torsk, which was destroyed by artillery and drones. The result is a series of grinding Russian probing assaults, with Russian troops attempting to sneak across terrain and establish a foothold before being detected. Ukrainian forces have responded with an active defense, flexible positions, mobile counterattacks, and deliberate withdrawals to avoid major casualties. Both sides have key advantages here, as Russian units have managed to establish a stable infiltration corridor through the Serebryansky forest, which allows small detachments to cross into the area around Zarichne with some level of cover. RFU News recalls. However, Ukrainians still control the majority of the forest itself, and that control gives them a critical edge in fire control and drone surveillance over the fields to the northeast. Russians are unable to safely move up artillery or drone operators in support of their advances due to this Ukrainian drone fire control, leaving Russian infiltration efforts without enough firepower to deliver a decisive tactical defeat to Ukrainian defenders. Meanwhile, Ukraine maintains an advantage through its rapid reaction capabilities, allowing it to strike back before Russian units can consolidate. Thermal drones monitor positions, and armored units are held ready for quick strikes once a Russian presence is detected, with Russian drone operators unable to quickly respond and intercept. Based on the size and number of the infiltrated buildings and the standard size of Russian groupings that gather before committing to assaults, between 20 and 30 Russians were likely killed. In one recent incident, a Russian soldier became entangled in a Goza-type razor wire and was eliminated by a drone while immobilized, illustrating how Ukraine pairs static defenses with real-time drone surveillance and immediate strike responses, keeping most Russian infiltrators from ever establishing a foothold. RFU News says that the battle for Liman continues to evolve and Russia's goals are clear. Take the city and turn it into a launch pad for a tri-pronged offensive across northern Donetsk. For now, though, Russia is struggling to even cross the Zerebets River in enough force to make a dent. Ukrainian forces are using active defense tactics, armored counters, and thermal drone coverage to keep the front fluid and prevent Russian forces from consolidating gains.
Near the city of Dobropilya in Donetsk region, a Ukrainian soldier captured 3 Russian servicemen who attacked his position. Footage taken by a drone shows that the invaders, offering no resistance, dropped their weapons and raised their hands, surrendering helplessly in front of the Ukrainian soldier.